Hi, welcome to another Evolve Education video tutorial. This video will focus on getting you set up in Microsoft Teams.
So what you need to do first is to go into your web browser and type in www.edustar.vic.edu.au/O365. Click enter. That'll bring you to EduPass. And what you need to put in EduPass, your user ID is your TO number and then your EduMail password. Click login. And then this is going to bring you to your Office 365 homepage where you've got all of the suite of the 365 apps. The purpose of this video is that we're going to focus on Microsoft Teams. So click on Teams, and that takes you through. Once you've done that, it'll bring you to this page. Importantly, it will actually prompt you to download, and I suggest you click on that Download Now button there. If you don't happen to do it there, then it's always available on the bottom left-hand corner there for you to download the Microsoft Teams desktop app, where there is no team there because we haven't added one yet. So you need to go to the top right-hand side, Join or Create Team. Now, to join a team with a code is where you might be doing a team teaching scenario and your colleague set it up for you, and in order for you to join that, you just need the code they've got, which they would have sent you by an email, paste it in there and off you go. But for this purpose of this video, we're going to be creating a team from scratch, so choose the Create Team. There are 4 different types of teams you can create: class, professional learning community, staff, and other. Now we're creating a class, so that's what we select. Now for the purpose of this video, I'll be doing a grade 4. And it will create the team for you. Now this is where it comes to add your students. Now there are 2 different ways you can add your students. You can simply start typing out your student's name using a grade list, and it will show all the different results. So for instance, if I started typing in my name, Stephen Villani, if there is another Stephen Villani in Victoria that's on this EduVic database, there will be multiple Stephen Villanis. Now, the way that you find the right one for your class is that each of your students has been given a user ID, and each user ID is unique. So that's the way, and that when you do search students, that'll come up in brackets, the user ID. So just double check that against your list as well, that your school technician would have provided you with the registration letters. So once you've added all your students, they'll appear under here one by one. If you're in a co-teaching or team teaching scenario, grade share, you can add your co-worker in there as well by searching their name via, again, Stephen Villani, or with teachers, our user ID is our TO number. That's how it differentiates. So you can find a person just typing in the TO number there. All right, so I will skip that now and move on to the next part. So it creates your team for you. And you can see here that underneath this is your team name or your grade, all right, and it has a general tab. Now these are called channels, and what we want to do is we want to add some channels. So you click on the 3 dots here and you go to add channel. And so because we are teaching grade 4, we are going to be teaching English this term, and it's important that you tick here, automatically show this channel on everyone's list. That just means that that will appear by default in your students lists, and it's adding the channel. That will appear directly under the general, and there it is. Now we want to add another channel, and we're going to add the other one being mathematics. Again, clicking automatically show, so it'll be appearing in your students' profile as well. Okay, so now we have 3 channels set up: general, English, and mathematics. And what we want to do is we're going to go into the manage team function. In here, it's a great way of double checking after you've added your students that they all appear here, and it'll give you a total in the brackets here to ensure. So if you've got 25, make sure you've got 25 in there. Pretty basic. So, and that's again, you can add more members this way, so students or teachers, okay? And that's in that top right-hand corner. So let's move over to channels. And you can see it's showing for me and it's showing for them as well, so that's important. All right. Let's go to the 3 dots. We're going to focus on notifications very quickly. What you want to do is you want to make sure that both of these are set to off. This will save you receiving thousands of emails throughout the term about activity within the Microsoft team you've set up. So for instance, students, if they do channel mentions or for any new posts, it'll actually send you a Edgemail email to your Edgemail, about that activity. So we want them off because we don't want our Edgemail to be bombarded. It already gets enough attention, I think. So set them all to off, okay? And that's going to lock down notifications, which is great. All right, so let's push on to settings here. Now, green is terrific, but let's change our theme to make it a little bit more primary school appropriate, and what better than some colour pencils. All right, and you can see that is then going to appear up there. So what we've done is we've changed our little profile pic basically for our grade, and you might choose to put in your class photo, but make sure you've got all the photo permissions, etc. But let's go back into Manage Team. All right, we're in Settings and we picked our theme. Now, all the rest of these are irrelevant. Apart from this one, if you're going to add your students not by name at the very start, and you're going to get them to join via the code option, this is where you would generate that code, okay? And you can get a full screen and take like for the younger year levels, of course, take a screenshot of that and send it out through Compass or whatever communications you use with your families. The next thing I want to show you is fun stuff. Now, this is GIFs, stickers and memes, and customized memes, all right? I don't think we need memes to be uploaded. I think that's the one we can start being off. But the other two, I think we should leave on. And the reason why I think we should leave it on is because unless they're being used inappropriately, there's absolutely no reason to turn them off. If there's an issue that happens with them, absolutely come in and deal with that as it comes. But I think, filter out inappropriate content using one of the settings below. It's on strict, which means young audiences for the GIF. So there's not going to be too many things that are going to slip through that filtering function. So leave them on. However, if it becomes an issue, you know where to come and to turn them off if that becomes a problem for you. All right, so let's go back to general. And all I want to say here is that there's going to be additional videos on how to use other parts of Microsoft Teams. And that'll be to do with the class notebook. It'll be to do with setting assignments, etc. You can see that the general has more functionality with it, whereas the additional channel here, the English channel, has just simply got posts, files, and notes. And that's the same with mathematics. So that's basically your team set up, ready to go, and then you can start to add in your own content. What I would suggest is once you get to this point, come down here to the help function, click on topics, and it brings you to the Help Center. Now, Microsoft Teams Help Center is fantastic. It's got some really great guides and assistance there for any options that you want to, you're becoming unsure about. And so have a little browse through here and just spend a little bit of time trying to PD yourself around the app as it's new, and it's the best way to kind of, just learn from trial and error. And here's where you can come and find some additional information. Head over to the Evolve Education website for more video tutorials and how to access our social media pages.